I feel fat, slow and completely out of shape, and I want to fix that. So I've given myself 30 days to put things right.
I've always been under the assumption that there's no better way to improve your fitness and your speed when you're just simply putting time in on your bike. I was raised with the belief that practice makes perfect.
So we've devised an experiment to see whether that theory is correct and hopefully drastically improve my speed and fitness on the bike. This is Faster in 30, and over the next 30 days I'll be attempting to ride 2 motos every single day to see just how much fitter, faster and stronger I can get by simply riding my bike more. And the challenge starts right now. So before we get started, let me just explain the rules of the challenge. I will set time lapse on day 1 and on the last day of the challenge, and obviously all of those hot laps will take place at this track using the same bike and the same map settings. But I am allowed to ride whatever bike and whatever track I want in between, so long as I log a minimum of 30 minutes of riding per day. My diet and my usual exercise routine, or lack thereof, will remain the same. I will also receive no outside coaching other than my own analysis of my lap times and riding. And finally, 15 hours of seat time is needed in order to complete the challenge. And the clock is on for the first time in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So this will be my time to beat at the end of the month. And to be fair, I was feeling pretty good on the bike this day. I guess I was just lacking a bit of sharpness and a bit of intensity that a rider that rides or races every week would have. Okay, so I've just completed my first 2 motos of Project Faster in 30. It's hot today, it's dry out there, so it's a pretty gnarly start to the challenge. I felt like my fitness is okay, my speed is okay, I think, if I really push it. But what I do notice is like the endurance. The last few laps, I'm just not as aggressive as I am at the first few laps. And that you can tell that in the lap times, they just get slower and slower. We've been using the CUO, the connectivity unit off-road, on the gas here to log the lap times at the track, so that's a great setup for this challenge. My best lap time today in the first 2 motos, a 1:53.7 is the time to beat. That was my fastest time there on lap 5 in that second moto. That's my time to beat. I've got 58 more motos to go to improve myself. This is just the start of the challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Day 2, we're at the track, ready to go, and it is the hottest day of the year. Day 3 of the challenge is another hot one today. So it's day 4, not quite so hot today, but my rain dance still hasn't worked, so it's going to be mega dry out there again.
Okay, so it's day 5 of the challenge here. My first moto of the day, just completed my warm-up lap.
So it's day 6 of the challenge. I've got some friends at the track today, so might be a little bit more interesting for me out there riding with some other people today.
So it's day 7 of the challenge. Back here at the track once again, 7th day in a row. And it's still dry as anything out here.
The focus of the first week was mainly to figure out the routine of the challenge and just see if I could get the first 14 motos under my belt rather than try to push the limits of my riding too much. But let's see if we can notice any differences after 7 days on the bounce. Here's a little montage.
let's watch closely here to see if we can notice any improvements in my riding. Because remember, we have that 1 minute 53.70 time to beat, so we want to be seeing marginal gains every single day. A big thank you must go to Gas for lending us this bike for the summer. This project was made so much easier because of this machine and the CUO device and Gas Plus app to log all of my data and all of my lap times. I want to say a big thank you to O'Neill as well for helping me stay fresh and stylish throughout the challenge. So as the first week progresses, what do you think, guys? Am I gaining any time out there? Am I looking any better on the bike? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. So there we have it, 2 turns to go to complete the first week, 14 motos under my belt. I had a lot going through my mind throughout this process. This is seeming like not such a good idea at the moment as I sit here boiling in my gear, but we're in it now, we're going for it. Yesterday seemed just like a normal fun shoot day at the track. Today feels like the challenge is really starting. As well as trying to improve my speed over the next 30 days, my goal is also to improve my fitness. So I jumped on the scales yesterday. I know how much I weigh at the start of the process, and I've also got a heart rate monitor hooked up, so I'll be keeping an eye on those numbers as well. I can pair this with my Gas Plus app and record all of that data on the app, so I'll be doing that throughout the process of this challenge. I'm only doing 15-minute motos, but it's like a survival game for me out there at the moment. I'm just trying to get through the moto, knowing that I've got another one coming up next. These early days I'm going to work on building that base fitness so I can be like ride aggressive for the whole 15 minutes and try and keep my lap times the same for 15 minutes, and then working on like fast laps and being able to do harder, faster laps for longer. So that's the game plan. I need some drink though. I think it's about time I start doing a raid dance. It is dry out there. Hard pack. You see the tyres are getting an absolute battering. That's a soft on the front. We had a soft on the back. That's already gone. We've had to change that. So I'll keep count of how many tyres we go through, how much fuel we go through, and how many miles we're putting on the van going back and forth as well. This is quite a mountain to climb, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Well, it's probably the first time where it wasn't necessarily my fitness that gave out, it's just like the aches and pains of riding every day, kind of creeping in at the end. I thought, so I just lost the aggression on the last 2 laps because of that. But hopefully just try and ride through that and come out the other side. Day 4 done, definitely the hardest day so far. It's going to be a lot harder than I thought. So yesterday, it was a hot day yesterday. Sun's gone, summer's over. But I hit a wall yesterday. Second motor, I run out of energy. I felt hungry, so I made sure to bring a banana today. Also yesterday my body was hurting, like my lower back was really starting to pain me at the end of the first session, and the second session was a mega struggle. I made sure to do some more stretching this morning, or today, and I felt alright in that first session. My back aches, but it didn't hold me back on the bike at all, so hopefully we can push through it and carry on. So we're getting 6 days into the challenge now, and I can feel it working. I can actually feel it working. The confidence I have from like lap 1, I just felt so at home on the bike and on the track. Obviously I've done 6 days in a row here on this bike. Straight away I was just like, I felt at home out there. Confidence wise, form wise I felt good. Body wise it's starting to take its toll now. Obviously I haven't done this amount of riding in a long time. So like the bottom of my back and my neck is starting to hurt. Probably from having this GoPro on too much. Yeah, starting to feel it on the body now, but we'll push through. One more session to go today. Come on, boys! You alright, dude? Need help starting it? But if I look over there, those clouds look promising for the next coming days, I'd say. I'll try and get my motos in today before the clouds break. But hopefully when we come back tomorrow, there might be a bit of moisture down. But for now, I'm going to continue shredding tyres in the hard stuff. Run!
There was obviously a lot involved logistically to make this challenge happen in between work and life. So here's how we did it. Every day would start the same. We'd wake up early to load the bike. Then we'd hop in the van and make the trip to the track, which is about an hour from home and 50 minutes away from work. We'd be in that van making the journey, rain or shine. It's safe to say we were crushing a lot of miles.
First day, we need to refill the fuel can. So if you're watching from the US, how much are you paying for a gallon of petrol, gas? $24.95, 15 litres of petrol.
The project would have been a no-go from the start if we didn't have access to our test track. This is a private members-only track that we are a part of. Here in the UK, finding a public track to ride every day is actually really difficult, so this place truly is a godsend.
Back at the track for day 8, right? Day 8. This drive is getting along in the tooth now, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Well, we might try and switch things up this week, I think. Try and find a different track to go to. Let's do it.
On a typical day, we'd arrive around 8:30 and unload the bike. I'd get changed as quickly as possible to hit the track at 9 o'clock, which is when we were allowed to get the bike started. I'd roll out on track and bash out my motos as efficiently as possible, which meant only a very short rest in between rides. Then we'd pack everything up and head to work, ready to do it all again the next day.
Expensive day today, got to fill up the fuel can for the bike, fill up the van. We worked out we're probably going to do about 3,000 miles in the van doing this challenge. Spent about 60 hours sat in those seats as well, going back and forth to the track, so a lot of driving to do this. This is how much we love making motocross videos. Okay, so when it rains, it pours. Obviously it is drizzling right now. Just had to fill up the van, fill up the bike. It's cost me a load of money. We've also, we reckon, got a slow puncture on the van. So we're topping that up today, and then after the ride, after work, we're going to try and take it to the tyre place and get it sorted. But the joys. We'll push it through though. We'll push through all the adversity that gets thrown our way, and we will complete the challenge.
Day after day, we'd arrive usually to an empty track. I'd gear up and I would spin my laps. Round and round I'd go. Some days were a little different depending on what was going on at home or at work. On the odd occasion, we'd head to work first and do the motos in the afternoon. But I think it's fair to say that after the first week, we had the process nailed. We were a well-oiled machine, from home to the track and back to work in about 4 hours, all in. Obviously, with all this riding and all those gear changes, the washing machine was taking a bit of a hammering as well. And I definitely don't hold the title as the most domesticated bloke in the world.
So is that the bit where the MX9 goes? Is it? I think that's where the MX9 goes. This is a 2-stroke washing machine.
This channel is proudly powered by Putoline. Putoline have kept me going throughout the challenge with their products to lubricate, clean and protect my bike. This just wouldn't have been possible without their support, so a huge thank you goes to Putoline. Be sure to check out their awesome new website. Links in the description below.
So week 2 of the challenge begins, and we start off with a fresh back tyre. Now this wasn't the plan. We was going to keep the old tyre for a little bit longer, because we're trying to be economical about things, but the old tyre was just too far gone and we was forced to change it last night. So we did that last night. I've got a freshie today. It's still hard out there, it's still dry, so it's going to take a hammering in the next half an hour. Yeah, today's going to be a tough one. Like I say, my neck is really starting to stiffen up, my lower back as well. We're in for the challenge, we're in for the long haul. I'm going to dig deep, I'm going to power through. We've got 15 minutes now. I'll have a short break, 15 more minutes to get day 8 completed. Let's do it. Day 8, let's do this. Let's chew up this rear. Let's chew up this rear tyre. We're into a good routine for the challenge now. I've got PM session tonight, because I was here in the afternoon yesterday and I really didn't feel like waking up this morning coming straight here. But I've got to do a morning session tomorrow because of some work stuff in the afternoon. So I come here, get changed and get on the track as fast as I can. Kind of do one side lap at a slower pace and then just get straight into some laps that are what I would call race pace, decent pace, probably 90% effort for myself compared to what would be 100% for a time lap. So here we go, let's go for it. I'll see you on the flip side.
As the second week began, I was actually starting to notice changes within myself on track. My confidence was growing and I was becoming one with this machine.
I'm saying you can do it now while your fingers rolling.
15 minutes are getting easier. Fitness wise, like I felt I'm not like gassed out. But after riding so much, I definitely feel the strength leaving, like my arms, my legs, my hands, to do those like intense laps where you're really holding on, really grabbing the brakes. So that's where I feel like I need to be stronger, and I don't know if riding every day is going to help that or make it worse.
Right, day 9 at the track. My rain dance worked, it did rain, it's only just stopped raining though, so it could be an ice rink out there. You can see the like dry or formerly dry blue groove bits. They might be very slippy, so I might have to change up my lines, but maybe we got a second session today. It might be absolutely perfect once I bed the track in again. So let's get cracking.
Very slippy and slidey out there today after that rain. Tell you one thing I did notice though, like my ability to be dynamic has definitely lessened since just riding the same track in the exact same conditions for the past 8 days in a row. It's almost become like autopilot, like I'm a robot out there just hitting the same lines, being in the same gears in the same corners, knocking it down to there, blah 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 blah, all the way around the track. It's just become so repetitive. Then I get onto a track like that and I need to switch up my lines, I need to be in different gears, and it took me like 3 laps to like, oh, I'm going in the wrong, I'm on autopilot going to this corner, I want to be in a different line to be in the grip. So that took a bit of getting used to. That was one downside of riding a track like I've been doing, lap after lap after lap in the exact same conditions. It's just become autopilot. So to remedy that, riding a sleepy track like this helps, but we're going to go to a different track. Tomorrow is the plan. Mix things up, keep things fun and dynamic, but also I don't want to be just faster around this one track. I want to be faster across the board, so going to new different tracks will help that.
I was really looking forward to going to a new track, but there was still business to be done here on this wet and soggy day. The track didn't improve at all as I went out for my second moto, and you best believe there's a very good reason why I'm showing you this clip right here.
I'm stuck. Yeah. I'm alright.
So it's day 10 of the challenge and I'm a little bit embarrassed today. As you can see, the bike is pretty filthy. We was at the track yesterday morning, it rained, you saw me crash, you saw me hit the dirt. And then we had to go do a full day of work and then we had to go and get a tyre puncture sorted on the van. And then they told us that the brake discs were gone, so we had to sort that as well. So by the time I got home, there was not time to wash the bike for today. So I'm a little bit embarrassed of that. But to try and make myself feel a bit better, we've come to a new track today to mix things up, make things a little bit more interesting for me and for you guys as well. We're at Moto 101 today, day 10 of the challenge. We're a third of the way through now. Let's go riding.
Oh god, you can tell I haven't been a rough track in a long time. I'm gassed. Right, so second session done here at Moto 101. I actually feel like I could ride a bike in that one. I felt terrible in the first session. Track was not bedded in. I was trying to learn it, just didn't piece it together. Major arm pump, and I just felt shocking on the bike. I was really disappointed with myself. I haven't ridden a rough track in such a long time. You can see I've been riding Blue Groove Hardpack. Just goes to show that riding round and round and round on the same track doesn't necessarily make you a better overall rider. Maybe you'll just be faster on that one track. So it's good exercise coming down here today. Really give me a kick up the butt.
It'd be nice to go to more tracks, mix things up, get some more variety into the challenge, but I can't afford to do that, man. It cost £40 to come down here today. Imagine if I did that every single day. I'd be bankrupt by the end of this. But we do have some more things lined up to mix things up as the project goes on, and I'm excited to do those in the next couple of days and weeks. So we've got some cool things in the works for the challenge.
So we was at Moto 101 last night, finished there at 8 o'clock. We're back at the track, 8 o'clock this morning. Got changed, got ready, 9 o'clock now. We're ready to go riding for our first moto on day 11. Hardcore stuff, man.
Day 12 is underway. We're going to be doing motos 23 and 24 today. So by the end of today, I'll have completed a whole season of AMA National Motocross, right? Give or take a few minutes. I'm only doing 15-minute motos, but we're creeping towards the halfway point. I'm starting to notice physically I can do 15 minutes now. Like, I'm not getting gassed out, I can do it. The only thing that holds me back is kind of like the arm pump. And I usually push through arm pump in the first session and the rest of the day I'm okay. But at the moment I'm coming out straight away and my arm is already tight now before I've even ridden. I had the massage gun out last night to try and sort that out. It blows me away, like pro riders are doing this sort of riding every day or near enough every day, and still going to the gym, still going on the cycle bike, still doing a full workout. All of that stuff for me is fallen by the wayside. I've not been on my cycle bike since the start of this project. I've just come back after the riding, after work every day, and I am done, I'm finished. I have dinner and I go to bed. So it's day 13 at the track. Just got the missus here because Phil, Dad, is gone on holiday. It's actually my birthday today as well, so we're doing some birthday motos, having fun on the bike, so let's get cracking. Day 14 of the challenge at the track. The track is looking prime right now. We had some rain over the last couple of days. I think it's going to be a fun session. Just me again, Phil's still on holiday. 2 weeks into the challenge now, not even halfway yet. Oh, body's feeling good though, feeling confident on the bike yesterday, so let's get cracking.
There's a Bambi on the track. Get out of here, Bambi! Leave! Oh, there's all sorts of wildlife this morning. Ooh. bollocks.
Yeah. Day 12 done, Moto number 24 complete. Not feeling too bad, a little bit of backache, but that seems to be easing up. Main issue today was my wrist feeling tight, and it hurt in that first session actually after a few heavy landings. That session there is probably the first time I had like one little moment over here and one over there where I was trying out some, I wouldn't say risky lines, but trying out some new lines really close to the track, and I caught my toe on the bank and caught it in between the foot peg and twisted my leg. Didn't feel very nice. So that's day 14 done. So that 28 motos completed now. That is the best I felt on the bike this entire challenge so far. I mean, the track was prime, it really helped, but I just felt so confident out there, which just is all this riding adding up, compounding, feeling with the bike, it's all there, it's all coming together now. Fitness is building as well, so really, really good day. Back again tomorrow, day 15. Right, so it's day 15, halfway through the challenge now. It's just turned 5 o'clock. This is the latest we've been at the track. We had some things going on today. It's been a hectic day, but there's nothing stopping us putting these motos in if we can help it. So we've come down here, it's 5 o'clock, late start, but I'm gonna smash out some motos and get done here as quickly as we can. Day 15 done and dusted. I did pretty much half an hour straight there because those rain clouds are coming in. So happy with my fitness. Another day done, another day in the books. Let's start counting down these days. So it's day 16 of our 30-day challenge. And as you can see, I'm in a different location today. We're actually filming a video that I think you guys will have already seen on the channel, where I'm getting 6 of my closest friends on dirt bikes for the very first time. So that means it's a slightly different day for me in terms of riding. I'm not doing my usual 15-minute motos that I have been doing, but I am riding around the lads all day, so I'm definitely going to get half an hour in here at the MX tryout track. So that is the goal today, just spend as many laps around this track as I can to complete my allotted time for the challenge, but we should be good, and we'll be back at our usual spot tomorrow for day 17. Right, so it's day 17 of the challenge. I've just tried to go and do my first lap here, and it's definitely the muddiest, the claggiest the track has been. I had to stop because look at that front wheel, all got jammed up in there and nearly ripped the fork guard off, so I had to fix that. I'm going to go try and continue now and see how I get on. It's going to be a long 15 minutes, I reckon. Wish me luck. By far the worst conditions I've ridden in a long time. I'm a fair weather rider these days. Day 18 of the challenge. As you can see, we're in a new location today. We're here doing another shoot. We're shooting a video that you might have seen already with Sean, our test rider. Also mixing things up, I've brought some 2-strokes. I've got my 125 and I've got Kong, the 500 as well, to ride today. Sean is a target for me. I know his lap time around the donk. One of my goals of this challenge is to beat that lap time. So today I'm going to be chasing Sean around and I'll be able to gauge my speed against him. So it'll be interesting. Let's get cracking, let's get riding. New track today, Buttercup Farm. So day, what was it? 19 of the challenge has been delayed because our commute to the track today is a little bit longer than usual, so we'll be back at it in the morning. Me and Sean going somewhere cool for day 19. Day 19 of the challenge. It's getting long now, I'm losing track of where we are, what we're doing. Okay, so it's day 19, and as you can see, we are somewhere different. The sun is out. That means we're not back home. We're in Italy, near Milan, Malpensa circuit today. with Honda. They're introducing their 2025 range, and I'm using this opportunity to get my 2 motos in. I've already done one on the 250. I'm going to do another 15-minute session on the brand new CRF 250. So it's day 20. We are back in the UK now. We flew home from Italy last night after the Honda test finish. So back at the track, back at it at our normal test track. Going to be a little bit cooler today than yesterday, but ready to get going. Day 20 of the challenge. Okay, so we're getting ready for day 21 of the challenge. Still here, that's our favourite test track. Okay, so we're getting ready for day 22 of the challenge, and summer has returned to the UK. The sun is out. We're ready for some hot motos here in the dry. In myself, I do feel like I'm getting stronger. Yesterday, no arm pump whatsoever. Day 22, let's do this. So it's day 23 of the challenge, which means we're getting towards the end game now. Starting tomorrow, we'll be in the last week of my challenge. And how confident am I feeling? Well, this is definitely the best I've felt on the bike in a long time. I'm feeling very strong, very confident on the track. Over the past few years, I haven't been able to ride as much as I would like to, and my riding has suffered because of that. So hopefully this challenge is going to put me back right where I think I should be. Growing up, I read a lot of biographies of top riders like Jamie Dobb and Dave Thorpe, and one thing I noticed that was common amongst all of them was that those guys tended to be able to ride a lot during the week when they was kids, more than their competition at the time. They was able to build confidence within themselves and with their machines, and that served them well in the long run through their riding careers. So there truly is no replacement for seat time on the bike. I was raised with this belief, and I can prove it. The first ever video uploaded to this channel was released in the summer of 2006 when I was 11 years old, and it was titled "Practice Makes Perfect." So let's see if that sentiment really is true. We've only got a few days left now, so I'd best get to work.
So after all of the excitement and craziness of the last week, it was actually nice to be back at the test track and back into the normal routine of the challenge. We were putting in the work, but was it making any difference? After 3 weeks, it's safe to say the riding and the routine was taking its toll. The challenge was becoming way harder than I thought it would be, and I was holding myself back from looking at my lap times until the last day, so I didn't even know if I was moving in the right direction. Maybe I was even going backwards. Was I doing too much? I was interested to hear how often top-level pros would ride during the week. So whilst in Italy, I took the opportunity to ask.
What do you think the optimal amount of riding is in a week?
Pre-season I rode as everyone does at professional level. You know, they can ride every other day. They might think they can ride every day, but there's no quality there. But once the season got going, I would only ride once a week. And if everything was going well, sometimes I didn't ride in that week. Yeah. But now, I look at Conrad, if we took Conrad as an example, you know, he has this mentality that he's got to ride. Yeah, I don't think he gets any faster, but I do think the quality of his riding is what is enhanced. Yeah, absolutely sharp.
For you, what's the optimal amount of riding per week for you? How many days would you do in an ideal world if all the tracks were there ready to go?
Pre-season, I tried to, no races on the weekend, I tried to get on the bike 4 to 5 times a week. I'm someone that likes to ride a lot, and I feel like I benefit from riding a lot, you know, like I also do a lot of physical training, but I find that the thing that helps me the most is being on the bike and being in that situation. And to be at the level that we're at and to compete at the top, you can't just do one and not the other and do a bit of this and do a bit of that. You have got to do all of them, and that's part of it. But yeah, the majority of the time I like to spend on the bike. When I was a kid, probably even more so. Like, yeah, my dad helped me out on the bike nearly every day, like until the tank was empty. So yeah, I think it's always been a thing for me, and that's something that I've kind of grew up riding a lot, and that's how I like to do it, and that's what works for me.
So it's day 24 of the challenge. We're set, ready to go. Still dry out here, still fairly warm. Let's do it. Day 25, we're going for motos 49 and 50 today. This is a big milestone. After today, we'll have 10 motos to go. So day 26, 2 motos to do. Let's do it. Day 27, the end is nigh. It's hot and it's muggy today. 2 motos. We're counting these down quick now. Let's do it. So we're set ready for day 28 of the challenge. Back on the bike. I'd say feeling fresh, but that would be a lie. But let's do this. Counting down the days down, we're nearly there. So it's day 29, the last normal day before the pressure is on tomorrow with the clock. So I'm going to smash out 2 motos here. This last week we've ploughed through it really. My body feels good, I feel fit, I feel strong out there. Let's get the job done here. My last day to practice some lines before the clock's on tomorrow. Let's do it. I just looked on the CUO app actually. We're 112% of our 12-week seat time target. So that's pretty good.
We are into the final week of the challenge now, and it was all business from me. I was fully focused on improving my riding, logging my laps, and lowering those lap times. The pros said that riding too much might not actually make you faster, but I reckon it will be a completely different story for a weekend warrior like me. The confidence I felt within myself and with my machine was nothing I'd ever experienced before. And as the days counted down, I felt unstoppable. Every lap I logged was building the bond between man and machine. And you better believe that I knew the way around this track with my eyes closed. That's 58 motos down, only 2 more to go. The deja vu was almost over.
Here we are then, day 30. I've just completed moto number 59 and I'm about ready to do the 60th and final moto of the challenge. It's been a tough month, I have to say. It's been more difficult than I imagined. Just squeezing everything in around work and life and riding has been tough, but we're here at the end. It's been tough on the body. My knees ache a lot. I feel like I might have a bit of tennis elbow, lower back. Recovered from that. That really hurt at the start of the month. After the first week I was really struggling with that, but I've pushed through it and that seems to be okay now. A bit more flexible. My hands, not too bad to be honest. Left hand's worse than the right, but I thought they'd be way worse, so I'm obviously a bit tougher than I thought. I have to say I feel like we're being in a privileged position to even attempt this challenge. I'm in a lucky spot where I have been able to do it, work for myself. I've been able to squeeze in work in the mornings or the afternoons, editing wise and filming wise for clients and customers that we have outside of the YouTube channel. Overall fitness wise, I feel fitter and stronger than I have in a long time. I don't know necessarily if that's transferred onto the weight scales. I jumped on those this morning and I was pretty much exactly the same as I was at the start. So there's that. I guess I haven't changed my diet and exercise other than ride and went out the window after a couple of days of the challenge. So, but that's it. It's time for the final test then. I'm about to go and do my final moto of the month, moto number 60. This one will be timed. My final hot lap will be taken from this moto and that's the one we'll compare to the one I did at the start. Let's see if I've got faster in 30.
Here we go then, it's time for the moment of truth, the final fast lap of faster in 30. So the clock is on then. Using the CUO and the Gas app, I knew where I could make some improvements and which sections would make the most difference here around the track. So I was fully focused on nailing those parts of the track when I got to them. After 30 straight days of riding, I had a newfound confidence in myself and in my fitness and with my machine, which meant that I could really raise my intensity levels for a qualifying lap like this. And I think you can really tell that from this footage here. So we are coming up to the most important section of the track. This is the part that I really knew I had to nail. There's one jump section here that I'd been building myself up for all month. And here we are, it's this next triple jump here. Will I pull the trigger? Yes, I did. I knew that was the most important section of the track, and it's safe to say I was pretty pumped.
Yes! Come on!
There's only 2 more corners left of the challenge. 30 days boils down to this. Have I done enough to beat the time? Woo! Let's find out.
Oh, I gave that everything. You see, I did the triple. I've been eyeing that up all month. Not fancied it, and then when push came to shove, the clock was on, final day, I just sent it. Best lap I've ever done around here, I think, but we'll see once you download the times, Dad. I'm not gonna lie, completely gassed out. I gave that like 150% for 2 laps there, and I took some risks that I wouldn't usually take, i.e. that triple. I'll be interested to see how high my heart rate's peaked in that one, but it completely fell off a cliff after that. So maybe my overall fitness isn't where it should be for a racer, but it's definitely improving. But what I can say, my confidence on the bike is the most it's ever been. I wouldn't have done that jump without that confidence. Let's download these times. Let's get the final results.
Oh, wow. What a journey. What a journey. It's been a long month. As you can see, sun is out like it was on the first day of this challenge. And the track, I would say, is pretty much exactly the same as it was on the first day. So that's pretty lucky. We've had it down here at a test track. We've had it bone dry like it is now. We've had it wet and soggy like you've seen. And we've had it perfectly grippy. But I'm glad it's like this on the day where we've got the stopwatch out again for the final time. Dad, Phil, has already downloaded the time onto the Gas Plus app from the CUO data logger. So let's see if I have gotten faster in 30. The time on the first day was about a 1:53. I'll put the exact time here. Right, so let's have a look at this lap time on the final day, day 30. Yes, 1:44.86. I've dropped nearly 9 seconds. 9 seconds. On the same track, same bike, same conditions, same map switches, everything. Shaved off 9 seconds by just riding every day. Wow. That is the lap that I sent the triple, that I sent the stall wall there. Let's see what my heart rate peaked at. Oh, it got up to 184. Around there, 184 beats per minute. That's the highest I've seen that. That goes to show that I was really trying there. But I think we'll end it there. 9 seconds gained in 30 days by just riding my bike more. No coaching, no gym work, still was eating what I wanted to. I just spent more time in the saddle and we got faster in 30. Oh, what an adventure, what a ride. Maybe the best month of my life, I reckon. My name is Max, you've been watching 999 Laser. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every week. Till next time, I'll see you at the track. Would I do it again? Or ask me that in a couple of days' time, I'm gonna have a rest.